Born in Bombay on February 19, 1911, Merle Oberon faced significant challenges regarding her identity from an early age. To carve out a successful career in Hollywood, she fabricated a narrative claiming her origins were in Tasmania, Australia, asserting that her birth records had been lost in a fire. In reality, her heritage was a blend of cultures, with a Welsh father, Arthur Thompson, and a Eurasian mother, Charlotte Selby, from Sri Lanka. This mixed background was not something Hollywood embraced during her time, prompting Merle to take drastic measures to reshape her identity. Her journey involved not only altering her birthplace, but also embracing a lighter skin tone through various means, including skin bleaching. This desire to fit into the narrow standards of beauty prevalent in the film industry led her to undergo painful procedures, reflecting the extreme lengths to which she would go to escape the stigma associated with her true heritage. The pressures of Hollywood's expectations pushed her to navigate a complex landscape of race and identity, ultimately revealing the darker side of her pursuit of fame and acceptance. Merle's family life was entangled in secrecy and societal expectations that denied her the ability to acknowledge her true parentage. Her maternal grandmother, Charlotte Selby, raised Merle as her own daughter to protect the family from scandal. In reality, Merle's biological mother was Charlotte's daughter, Constance Selby, who had Merle at the young age of 12 after an encounter with her stepfather. By having Charlotte assume the role of Merle's mother, the family effectively hid the circumstances of Merle's birth. This deception became an essential part of Merle's public persona, and she carried this fabricated identity with her throughout her life, contributing to her internal struggle and fear of exposure. This haunting secret followed Merle, illustrating the societal pressures that forced individuals to bury truths rather than risk being ostracized. The weight of this hidden past shaped her experiences and relationships, leaving her to navigate a world where authenticity was often sacrificed for the sake of reputation and acceptance. The complexities of her upbringing reveal the lengths to which families would go to maintain appearances, often at the cost of personal truth and emotional well-being. The shadows of her origins lingered, reminding her of the delicate balance between public image and private reality. Merle became known for her beauty, but her appearance was heavily influenced by the grueling beauty standards and physical demands of her time. Her struggle with skin discoloration, attributed to both allergic reactions and cosmetic poisoning, led her to seek out a series of painful dermabrasion surgeries in New York. These procedures, though somewhat effective, left visible scarring that became difficult to conceal. In an effort to overcome these challenges, Merle became an innovator in makeup techniques and lighting. Notably, she was one of the first actresses to have a special light attached to the camera, which softened her scars and contributed to the early concept of on-camera filters. Her meticulous makeup routine included applying powder before and after foundation to hide her scars, creating a smooth, flawless appearance that became an industry standard. These advancements, however, came at a personal cost, as Merle endured pain and isolation in order to meet the relentless beauty standards of her industry. Navigating the Hollywood landscape as a woman of mixed heritage, Merle Oberon faced constant reminders of the industry's rigid and exclusive standards. The pressure to fit into a narrow definition of beauty was overwhelming. To secure her career, she felt compelled to pass as white, leading her to make the painful decision to bleach her skin. This dangerous practice not only had long-term effects on her health, but also reflected the intense prejudice of the era. The burden of maintaining this fabricated identity left Merle feeling isolated, as she carried the weight of her secret alone. The continual need to conform to Western beauty standards created immense stress, impacting her emotional and physical well-being. Her struggles highlight the larger societal pressures faced by individuals of color in an industry that offered little acceptance of diversity. The relentless pursuit of an idealized image trapped her in a cycle of identity suppression and self-erasure, making it difficult for her to embrace her true self. Merle's life became an exhausting performance, as she struggled to balance the demands of her career with her need to hide her background. Her Eurasian heritage was something she felt she had to deny, as Hollywood had little tolerance for those who did not fit the mold of what it deemed acceptable beauty. This struggle not only affected her public image, but also led her to question her own identity and worth. The knowledge that she had to keep a part of herself hidden added to her mental and physical hardships, ultimately contributing to a life filled with anxiety and stress. Merle's experience underscores the harsh realities faced by people of color in early Hollywood, and the emotional burden of constantly hiding one's true self to avoid societal condemnation. The pressure to conform to a narrow standard of beauty forced her to navigate a world where acceptance often came at the cost of authenticity. This internal conflict shaped her relationships and her sense of self, leaving her to grapple with the complexities of her identity in an industry that often prioritized image over individuality. Merle's carefully maintained story of her heritage faced exposure when her half-brother, Harry, uncovered her birth certificate in India, revealing her true identity. This discovery posed a significant threat to the image she had crafted throughout her career. Despite their familial connection, Merle chose to reject Harry, fearing that his revelation could destroy her career and public image. Harry, respecting her wishes, kept the secret, but later shared the story with documentary filmmaker Marie Dulofsky. This collaboration led to the creation of the 22 film The Trouble with Merle, which brought her hidden story to light. The film, while posthumous, complicated her legacy and illuminated the depth of Merle's fears surrounding her heritage. It showcased the risks she took to maintain her carefully constructed identity. The unveiling of her true background brought both public sympathy and scrutiny, painting a more nuanced picture of a woman who lived a life of contradictions, battling between personal truth and societal expectations. To sustain the physical demands of her career, Merle Oberon was diligent about her health, favoring a diet rich in grilled meats, vegetables, and salads. She understood the importance of nutrition in maintaining her energy and appearance. Swimming was another passion of hers, and she kept her pool heated year-round to ensure she could swim regularly. This commitment to fitness was a crucial part of her routine, helping her to stay in shape and feel good. However, despite her disciplined approach to health and beauty, the stress and trauma of hiding her true identity took a toll on her overall well-being. The pressure of maintaining her image as a Hollywood beauty often masked the internal struggles she faced. This internal turmoil contributed to frequent heart palpitations, which were alarming signs of her deteriorating health. Eventually, these issues culminated in a stroke, highlighting the severe impact of her hidden struggles. Her rigorous health and beauty routines, while impressive, were a facade that concealed the emotional pain she endured. Merle's Hollywood career began to flourish after her name was changed from Estelle to Merle Oberon by influential director Alexander Korda. Korda believed the new name erased any hints of her origins, creating an aura of mystery and allure. This transformation was not just a change of name, but a complete reinvention of her identity. Merle's new persona marked the beginning of a series of successful roles, where she became known for her refined beauty and enigmatic presence. Her performance as Anne Boleyn in The Private Life of Henry V led to acclaim and provided the foundation for future success, cementing her place in Hollywood. The film showcased her talent and charm, making her a sought-after actress in an industry that often favored certain looks and backgrounds. Yet, behind this transformation lay a painful erasure of her true self. Merle felt that this sacrifice was necessary to survive in an industry that offered limited acceptance for those of non-European descent. The pressure to conform to Hollywood standards weighed heavily on her, as she navigated a world that often demanded more than just talent. The allure of her new identity came at a cost, as she grappled with the complexities of her heritage and the roles she was offered. Despite the challenges, Merle Oberon emerged as a significant figure in cinema, leaving a lasting impact on the film industry while carrying the burden of her choices. Throughout her life, Merle experienced multiple high-profile marriages, including unions with Alexander Korda, cinematographer Lucien Ballard, Italian industrialist Bruno Pagliai, and Dutch actor Robert Wolders. Each of these relationships was marked by a search for stability and companionship, yet they often fell short of providing the peace she longed for. Merle's romantic entanglements were complicated by her past, and the constant fear of her true heritage being exposed. This fear loomed over her, creating an inner conflict that affected her ability to fully engage in her marriages. Ballard, who was particularly attuned to her insecurities, went to great lengths to help her maintain her image. He even invented a special light designed to hide her facial scars, demonstrating the deep care and understanding he had for her struggles. Despite these efforts, Merle's relationships never seemed to alleviate the burden of her secret. Each marriage represented a new attempt to find solace, yet her ongoing conflict over her identity often overshadowed the love and support offered by her partners. As a result, Merle remained haunted by her past, carrying the weight of her hidden truth until her death. In an era rife with prejudice, Merle Oberon felt compelled to deny her heritage publicly, attributing her distinctive looks to coincidences and dismissing claims of her Eurasian background. This denial, though painful, was a calculated move to protect her career and reputation, as Hollywood was deeply intolerant of diversity. The film industry at the time often favored a narrow definition of beauty that aligned with Eurocentric standards, leaving little room for those who did not fit this mold. Despite her efforts to downplay her roots, Merle's striking features continued to draw attention, leading to constant scrutiny and speculation about her true background. Her struggle to conceal her identity reflected the broader, harsh realities faced by non-European individuals in the industry, who were often forced to deny their roots to gain acceptance. This situation created a painful dichotomy for many artists, who had to navigate their personal identities while striving for professional success in a world that often rejected them based on their heritage. The pressure to conform to societal expectations weighed heavily on Merle, influencing her choices and shaping her public persona. The complexities of her experience highlight the challenges faced by those in the entertainment industry who grappled with their identities in a time of widespread discrimination. Despite her many contributions to film, Merle's career is often overshadowed by her personal life and the controversies surrounding her true origins. Born in India, she claimed to be of British descent, which led to much speculation and debate about her background. The extent of her deception and the lengths she went to erase her heritage have painted her as both a tragic figure and a symbol of Hollywood's intolerance. Many believe that her choices were driven by the industry's rigid standards, which often demanded conformity and a certain image from its stars. While some admire her for breaking barriers and achieving success in a male-dominated industry, others view her actions as a reflection of Hollywood's restrictive norms. This duality in perception complicates her legacy, as it remains a blend of admiration for her talent and empathy for the sacrifices she made to fit within an industry that often valued appearance over authenticity. Her story serves as a reminder of the personal costs that can accompany fame and the pressures that artists face in the pursuit of acceptance. Merle's repeated use of skin bleaching products led to severe health consequences, including mercury poisoning, which resulted in cognitive impairments and permanent damage to her skin. Despite knowing the risks, Merle continued these treatments, driven by an unrelenting pressure to fit Western beauty standards. The desire to conform to these ideals was so strong that she overlooked the dangers associated with the products she used. Her health suffered greatly, leading to scarring that required advanced makeup techniques and custom lighting to conceal. The physical toll was evident, as her skin became damaged and discolored, making it difficult for her to maintain the glamorous image expected in Hollywood. The psychological impact was equally significant, as the constant need to alter her appearance weighed heavily on her self-esteem and mental well-being. This situation exemplifies the dangerous extremes that individuals of color were forced to endure to fit into Hollywood's beauty ideal, highlighting the broader issues of racial discrimination and the lengths to which people would go to achieve acceptance in a society that often valued Eurocentric beauty over diversity. To maintain her fabricated identity, Merle Oberon went to great lengths, even presenting her biological mother as her maid. This choice was a strategic move to distance herself from her mixed heritage, a decision that ultimately left her feeling isolated. By denying a fundamental part of herself, she sought acceptance in a world that often judged individuals based on their backgrounds. The need to distance herself from her mother highlights the extent of Merle's internalized conflict. She made significant sacrifices to protect her image, reflecting the pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards. These standards often stigmatize ethnic heritage, forcing many, including Merle, to hide their true selves. The painful choice to conceal her familial ties underscores the psychological toll that such societal expectations can take on an individual. Merle's story serves as a poignant reminder of the struggles faced by those who navigate the complexities of identity in a world that often values conformity over authenticity. Despite her remarkable success in Hollywood, Merle Oberon faced immense societal pressures to conform to the industry's narrow standards of beauty. This pressure compelled her to constantly alter her appearance, which included bleaching her skin and adopting refined makeup techniques. These changes were not merely personal choices. They were driven by the expectations of a film industry that often marginalized individuals of color. The need to fit into a specific mold created a painful conflict for Merle, as she navigated her identity in a world that demanded conformity at great personal expense. Her actions highlight the intense scrutiny placed on actors of color, who were frequently forced to abandon their natural beauty in favor of Western ideals. This unyielding pressure left Merle in a perpetual state of self-denial, where her identity became both her greatest asset and her heaviest burden. The struggle to maintain an image that satisfied Hollywood's demands took a toll on her sense of self, illustrating the broader challenges faced by many in the industry. Merle's mixed ethnicity frequently drew public scrutiny, as audiences and press alike speculated about her origins. Born in 1911, she often presented a carefully crafted narrative about her background, claiming to be of British descent. However, her physical appearance and accent occasionally betrayed her true heritage, leading to persistent questions about her ethnicity. This scrutiny was not just a passing curiosity. It became a source of anxiety for Merle. The constant questioning of her identity made her feel isolated within the Hollywood community, where acceptance often hinged on conforming to specific ideals of race and ethnicity. Despite her talent and beauty, the pressure to fit into a mold created by the industry weighed heavily on her. The entertainment world at that time was not particularly kind to individuals of mixed heritage. Many faced harsh judgment and were often pigeonholed into specific roles based on their appearance rather than their abilities. Merle's experience reflects the broader challenges faced by those with mixed backgrounds, highlighting the difficulties of navigating personal identity in an environment that often prioritized a singular narrative. The ongoing scrutiny she faced not only affected her career, but also contributed to a profound sense of loneliness, as she struggled to find her place in a world that seemed to demand clarity and identity. Merle Oberon's legacy is complex, reflecting her contributions to film and the painful journey she endured to hide her background. Born in 1911 in India, she faced challenges from the start. Her mixed heritage made her a target for discrimination, and she often felt the need to conceal her origins to fit into the Hollywood mold. Despite her talent and beauty, she struggled against the industry's narrow beauty ideals, which favored a specific image that did not include her true self. As she rose to fame, starring in films like Wuthering Heights and The Dark Angel, her success came at a personal cost. She adopted a fabricated backstory, claiming to be of British descent, which allowed her to gain acceptance in a world that often rejected people of color. This decision highlights the painful reality many actors faced during that era, where racial identity could dictate one's opportunities. Merle's story serves as a reminder of the discrimination faced by people of color in early Hollywood. While she became a pioneer in her field, her struggles reveal the sacrifices made to achieve success in an unforgiving industry. Her legacy is a blend of triumph and tragedy, showcasing both her remarkable achievements and the societal pressures that shaped her life. Navigating the entertainment industry, Merle Oberon's life illustrates the sacrifices made by individuals of color who faced oppressive standards. Born in India, she often concealed her heritage to fit Hollywood's narrow ideals of beauty and success. This cultural erasure was not merely a choice, but a necessity for survival in a world that favored European features. Her journey reveals the emotional toll of maintaining a fabricated identity as she struggled with self-denial and the pressure to conform. The sacrifices she made highlight the hardships faced by non-European actors who sought acceptance in a system that demanded conformity at great personal cost. Merle's experiences reflect the endurance required to thrive in an industry that often valued appearance over authenticity. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the lengths to which individuals went to achieve their dreams, often at the expense of their true selves. The complexities of her identity and the sacrifices she endured resonate deeply, shedding light on the broader struggles within Hollywood. Merle Oberon's story highlights the struggles many faced in Hollywood regarding race and identity. Growing up in a diverse background, she felt the pressure to conform to the industry's narrow beauty standards. To gain acceptance and success, she created a false narrative about her origins, claiming to be from Tasmania instead of Bombay. This deception was not just about her birthplace, it extended to her appearance. In a bid to fit in, she resorted to skin bleaching, undergoing painful procedures that reflected her desperation to escape the stigma of her true heritage. The film industry at the time was unwelcoming to those with mixed backgrounds, pushing Oberon to make drastic choices. Her journey reveals the lengths individuals would go to achieve fame, often at the cost of their true selves. The sacrifices she made for acceptance serve as a poignant reminder of the societal pressures that continue to affect many in the pursuit of success and recognition. As we wrap up our exploration of Merle Oberon's illustrious career, it's time to turn our attention to one of her most captivating roles in the 1934 classic, The Scarlet Pimpernel. This film, set against the tumultuous backdrop of the French Revolution, follows the daring exploits of Sir Percy Blakeney, a seemingly frivolous Englishman who moonlights as the elusive hero known as the Scarlet Pimpernel. With a clever mix of romance, adventure, and intrigue, the story unfolds as Blakeney risks his life to rescue aristocrats from the guillotine, all while maintaining his charming facade. What makes Oberon's role as Marguerite Saint just particularly enchanting is her ability to embody both strength and vulnerability. As the wife of Blakeney, she finds herself caught in a web of deception and danger, unaware of her husband's secret identity. Oberon's performance is a delightful blend of elegance and emotional depth, making her character's journey all the more compelling. So, get ready to dive deeper into this cinematic gem, where Oberon's magnetic presence shines alongside a thrilling narrative that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. Join us as we uncover the magic of the Scarlet Pimpernel and celebrate the unforgettable contributions of Merle Oberon to this timeless tale. The Scarlet Pimpernel, released in 1934, is a captivating film that weaves together elements of adventure, romance, and suspense against the tumultuous backdrop of the French Revolution. Directed by Harold Young, and featuring a standout performance by Leslie Howard. As Sir Percy Blakeney, the film presents a unique take on the classic tale originally penned by Baroness Orczy. Howard's portrayal of Blakeney is particularly noteworthy. He skillfully balances the character's dual identity as a seemingly frivolous aristocrat and the daring hero known as the Scarlet Pimpernel. This duality is central to the film's charm, as Blakeney's foppish exterior serves as a clever disguise that allows him to operate undetected in a perilous environment. Merle Oberon shines as Lady Blakeney, bringing depth to her role as a woman torn between her love for her husband and her admiration for the enigmatic Pimpernel. Her character is not merely a supporting role, she is integral to the narrative, and her emotional journey adds layers to the story. The chemistry between Howard and Oberon is palpable, enhancing the film's romantic elements while also highlighting the tension that arises from Blakeney's secret life. The film's antagonist, Chauvelin, played by Raymond Massey, is another highlight. Massey's portrayal of the cunning and relentless villain adds a palpable sense of danger to the narrative. His character's determination to unmask the Pimpernel creates a thrilling cat-and-mouse dynamic that keeps viewers engaged. The film's suspense is further amplified by the clever twists and turns in the plot, which maintain a brisk pace and keep the audience guessing. While some viewers may have expected a more action-oriented swashbuckler, the absence of swordplay does not detract from the film's appeal. Instead, it offers a different kind of excitement, focusing on wit, strategy, and the clever use of disguises. The Scarlet Pimpernel's identity is revealed through his cunning and intelligence rather than through physical confrontations, which may resonate with those who appreciate a more cerebral approach to heroism. However, the film is not without its criticisms. Some viewers have noted that the restoration of the film leaves much to be desired, which can detract from the overall viewing experience. Additionally, there are questions about the necessity of Blakeney's foppish persona, particularly in his interactions with Lady Blakeney. While this aspect of his character adds to the intrigue, it may also lead to moments of frustration for those who wish to see a more straightforward relationship between the couple. Despite these critiques, The Scarlet Pimpernel remains a beloved classic, particularly for fans of the source material and those who enjoy lavish period adventures. The film's rich performances, engaging plot, and historical context create a compelling narrative that resonates with audiences. It stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of the Pimpernel character and the themes of bravery and sacrifice that define his story. In conclusion, The Scarlet Pimpernel is a film that successfully blends romance, adventure, and suspense, anchored by strong performances and a well-crafted narrative. While it may not conform to traditional swashbuckling expectations, it offers a unique and engaging interpretation of a classic tale that continues to captivate viewers. Whether you are a fan of the original story or simply enjoy a well-told adventure, this film is worth watching for its charm and